Ahoy, shipmates! Welcome back to the Cruise Ship Safety and Security channel. Today we're answering one of the biggest, most crucial, life-changing maritime questions of all time. Why is the front of a ship called the bow and the back called the stern? Like seriously, who decided this? Why not something way cooler like the wave puncher for the front and the captain's chill lounge for the back? Or how about the Kraken's playground and the mermaid's retreat? Imagine the stories we could tell. Well, stick around because today we're diving deep into the weird history of ship terminology, and if you click away, I'll personally summon a seagull to steal your fries. Let's set sail.
What shall we call the front of this mighty vessel? Oof, my boga. Maybe we should call it the ouchie.
Believe it or not, the word bow comes from the Old Norse word boger, which means shoulder or arch. Imagine if they had called it the shoulder instead. Why? Because the front of old ships was curved, kind of like your Aunt Karen's hair in the 90s, or like a modern-day banana. And over time, boger became bow, and suddenly sailors were shouting full speed ahead to the bow. Imagine if they were shouting full speed ahead to the banana, instead of go faster toward the curvy bit, or worse, the ouchie. And that, my friends, is how a stubbed Viking toe gave us the word bow. Just imagine if they had stubbed their toe on a modern-day coffee table instead.
We shall call this the steering place.
Dude, no, that sounds terrible.
Fine, what about just stjorn? It means steering in Old Norse.
Stjorn, sounds fancy. Let's go with that.
And thus the stern was born, because the back of the ship is where all the steering happened, first with giant oars, then rudders, and now, a bunch of complicated buttons that someone probably pretends to understand.
Captain, yeah, I meant to press that. Why are there so many buttons? Which one is for coffee?
And that's how we got the word stern, which basically just means the place where people who actually know how to drive the ship stand. Okay, so we've got bow and stern, but imagine if sailors had gone a different route. Front of the ship, the wave puncher. Back of the ship, the captain's balcony, now with free seagull poop. Middle of the ship, the snack zone. But no, we had to stick with ancient Viking words. Missed opportunity, people. The deck, the sunbather's paradise, engine room, the thunderous roar chamber, lookout point, the sky gazer's nest. Since we're on the topic of ridiculous ship words, here are a few more that make absolutely no sense. 1. Port and starboard. Why not just left and right, because that would be too easy. 2. Poop deck. Yes, it's real, and no, it's not what you think. It comes from the French word la poupe, meaning the highest deck at the stern. But let's be honest, sailors definitely had fun with that one. 3. Bulkhead. Which sounds like something from Star Wars, but it's just a fancy way of saying wall. 4. Scuttlebutt. What does it mean? Ship gossip, but also a water barrel, so basically a sailor could say, let's grab a drink at the scuttlebutt and scuttlebutt about the captain. 5. Fathom. It sounds like a deep philosophical concept, but it's just a unit of measurement. 6 feet to be exact. 6. Hawsepipe. It's not a plumbing term, it's the hole in the ship's bow where the anchor chain passes through. Try saying that 5 times fast. 7. Bitter end. No, it's not the end of a tragic love story, it's the last part of the anchor rope. But it does sound dramatic, doesn't it? So now you know, the bow is named after an Old Norse word for shoulder, and the stern comes from an old word for steering. And the next time someone asks, hey, what's the difference between the bow and the stern? You can hit them with a fun fact instead of just pointing in random directions like you're lost on a cruise ship. Or, you can just yell, port is left, starboard is right, and hope for the best. Or watch as everyone spins in circles trying to figure out where the bow is, or maybe just point in every direction and see who follows. Okay, that's my cue. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, it costs you nothing. Unless you would like to buy us a coffee. If you do, you can find the link in our channel description or by visiting buymecoffee.com/cruiseship. Those that do will get a mention in one of our upcoming videos. Stay legal, stay safe, and don't get lost at sea. And let me know in the comments what ridiculous names you would give the front and back of a ship. How about Pointy McPointface and Wavy McWaveface? Or maybe Bowser and Sterny McSternface? Until next time, stay salty, my friends.